night and day, yin and yang, every hero has his villain. And Storm Shadow is the other side of the coin. There's lots to unpack here as we take a look at the thorn in the side of everyone's favorite G.I. Joe Ninja, Snake Eyes. But we're going to be checking out this Storm Shadow G.I. Joe Classified number 35 in the series by Hasbro. This one should be loosely based on the very first 3.75 Storm Shadow. I was about to call him Shadow Storm. Figure released in 1984 with a few differences. They're not major, and again, it's not a one-for-one, but like 99% of the way there. This Ninja Warrior is now completely sleeveless and comes with a few extra accessories, including a hood, which didn't appear in toys until version 2, which was released in 1988. But that was kind of an urban camo. If you really wanted to be picky, Storm Shadow is nearly all white with hood by the year 2000, and that's his 6th version that came out. However, his balaclava would be black, so you're not going to get any figure that looks exactly like this from back then. But, it's Storm Shadow. They're all a bit close. They all have to have the same kind of like language and feel and all that stuff. So, weapons-wise, he has nearly everything except the nunchucks. So we lose them and gain that imposing hood. I suppose that's okay with me. The back's got some art. That's really cool. And, by the way, the custom art is by Yuko Shimizu, which is really cool. You can see in the lower right-hand corner over here. I think they strayed away from having just balls to the wall art in the back, which would have made a really awesome poster. I don't think they do that anymore. But I also haven't bought a G.I. Joe classified figure in quite a bit. So anyway, I'm also several years late with this one. So what are you gonna do? According to the South Sheet, G.I. Joe is a highly skilled, on-demand special operations force of men and women from around the globe. These extraordinarily talented heroes are selected for their elite abilities and tasked with defending the world from Cobra, which is one of these operatives. And Cobra is a ruthless criminal organization bent on total domination. With unwavering courage and steely determination, the brave members of G.I. Joe are prepared to seek out Cobra in any environment on the planet, from hostile jungles to ice-clad Arctic peaks, not packs. Wherever there's trouble, G.I. Joe is there. And you can see here, Storm Shadow is ready for hiding in the tundra. However, he's sleeveless, so his arm is going to be super cold. Anyway, do really, really love the way this thing looks. It does not have wiggly features, just a little wiggly, but not of any huge concern. And my Snake Eyes had that. And, I really have nothing to complain about, aside from the fact that I just don't like the hoodie. That's a personal thing. It comes with a really cool detailed bow and arrow set. That way you can do the little shooties. They don't... Yeah, okay, here it is. I found it. So you can attach them, just like that. I'm not sure whether it's supposed to be like a mount. No, I'm pretty sure it's just that way you can pretend that he's about to shoot it. But it could be a mount. What do I know? Not one of these guys. You can put this here. Didn't realize that this was a separate item, but there you have it. Little tie the sash, and of course. Well, that was a comically delayed drop. Yeah, 2 swords and a backpack to hold all that, including a quiver with a bunch of his arrows that he cannot remove. Obviously, actually. No way. No way. Hold on. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's awesome. Okay, so did not expect that. That's really cool. That is a really cool play feature. That way you can kind of, if you're so inclined, you can pose him with like half of the arrow out of the quiver. But man, yeah, he has a place for it. That's really, really great. Did not realize that. Killer feature. And of course, the swords go in there pretty well. The swords are not forced in, so that's really good. They are loose. That way you can, well, actually, maybe not that loose, but really cool. Obviously, if you're a kid, you're going to lose these immediately. If not in the first couple days, then certainly within the the coming months. So yeah, there you have it. Stands really well. Don't really care for the hood, but it is an amazing looking. In terms of articulation, we got swivel hinge ankles, boot calf swivel, double hinge knees, which are pinless, swivel thighs, ball jointed drop down hips. We've got ab crunch. We've got the ab crunch waist, and we got waist articulation on top of that. Butterfly pecs, swivel hinge drop down shoulders, ball jointed neck base, ball jointed head, swivel hinge shoulders, double hinged elbows, which are also pinless, and then the swivel hinge wrists. And we can see all his accessories there. I really do like the way his backpack stays on his back and forms kind of a bit of an X there. I think it's a nice dramatic statement. So this is way better than the previous release, which was classified number 14 Storm Shadow Arctic Mission, which bears the closest resemblance to the V3 released in 1992. That one came with a hood that just fit weird, and I mean, I guess to me it just looked stupid. And it's also better than the Snake Eyes movie version, which I don't know. It's just something about it. It didn't have that kind of like flair. It looked a little bit too down earth, and I don't know. Anyway, it was just not my thing. There's plenty of people who I'm sure liked it. I just wasn't one of those. That's fine. But I think to most collectors, this is the definitive version of the character and will likely complete your collection for Stormy over here, unless you happen to grow up maybe in a different decade where a different version was your like baseline for Storm Shadow. Anyway, those of you who are here who watched G.I. Joes from the 90s, like the early 90s, I think, this would be the best version. This is the one that you saw in the comics. Or I should say maybe the cartoons. I don't know. The comics were really made for kids back then. I feel like it was more like the young adult crowd. But as we move into the figure comparisons to help you decide how the design language for this particular figure shapes up to others in similar universes, we're bringing along other Hasbro figures from the G.I. Joe Classified line, Star Wars Black Series, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and the standard and perfectly 6-inch scale 6-inch Spider-Man figure. And you can see he's a great foal for Snake Eyes. He's basically the same height, although I guess looking at this, I think Snake Eyes looks just a little bit taller. I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe the ab crunch waist area. He's a longer torso. I don't know. So let me know what you thought of this figure. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What kinds of stuff do you prefer collecting, and what figures are you looking forward to in the next couple months? Is there another Storm Shadow around Ben that I just didn't know about that's like way cooler? Maybe comes with some awesome accessory that the best version of Storm Shadow had in the past. I don't know. Let me know. I love hearing about this kind of stuff. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content.